So we are now seeing some confirmation why Dogecoin and other cryptos have been struggling in the market. And I think that is exactly what every holder needs to know. So we know that Bitcoin dropped below the 40K price range recently before coming back to the 42K price range. And everyone was wondering if this is the end for Bitcoin. In fact, some analysts were saying that Bitcoin will drop as low as 30K in the coming days. However, I have some data that is indicating that Bitcoin is not going down from here, but I'll come to it shortly. Let's first see why Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and other cryptos are facing this price drop. So the crypto market was down again in the last 24 hours, along with all other financial markets. And the reason behind this sudden drop was the rumors that the U.S. Federal Reserve is planning to hike interest rates 4 times in 2022. And co-founder of Delphi Digital Kevin Kelly has explained how such actions from the Fed and the rising interest rates have been impacting Bitcoin and other cryptos. Kevin Kelly believes that the Fed's shifting monetary policy is generating significant challenges for risk on assets like cryptos. And the headwinds facing Bitcoin and the crypto market have more to do with tighter liquidity conditions and heightened market volatility than with rate hikes. And as you can see here, the macro tailwinds that helped propel Bitcoin and crypto assets to new highs over the last 12 to 18 months have reversed course. This chart is showing us that the global M2 supply topped out near March of 2021 and has been on the decline since then. And the peak in M2 supply came around the same time that Bitcoin set a new all-time high in early 2021 and was followed by a drawdown below 30K over the next couple of months. Moreover, we can see here that despite the late 2021 resurgence in Bitcoin, which once again established a new high at 69K in November, the continued drop in M2 supply has taken its toll on the market. And Kevin Kelly believes that it has been infuriated by the Fed sharing its plan to accelerate its timeline for raising interest rates. So the point is that the talk of higher interest rates and tighter liquidity conditions has breathed new life into the US dollar. And it does little favor to assets like Bitcoin, which tends to move inversely with the US dollar. In short, a stronger US dollar means there will be tighter monetary conditions. And as I said, it doesn't help assets like Bitcoin that tend to move inversely with the dollar. And due to these talks about the potential hike in interest rates by the Fed, we are now seeing that the broader crypto market is trading down for over a week now. However, this is not a thing of concern because these are only rumors. And even if the Fed decides to hike the interest rates, I don't think that it will leave a long-lasting impact on the crypto market. This is because Bloomberg Intelligence analyst Mike McGlone believes that the U.S. Federal Reserve's new policies will be beneficial for Bitcoin. He highlighted that the expectations for Federal Reserve rate hikes in 2022 will support a win-win scenario for Bitcoin versus the stock market. This is because if risk assets decline, it helps the Fed's inflation fight. And becoming a global reserve asset, Bitcoin will be a primary beneficiary in that scenario. And this is why Mike McGlone believes that Bitcoin is going to dominate the crypto market in 2022, despite the recent plunge. And he has predicted that Bitcoin will surge and move towards the 100K mark this year. Similarly, billionaire investor Bill Miller is pretty bullish about Bitcoin despite the recent market meltdown. In fact, he is betting big on Bitcoin as he has allocated about 50% of his personal net worth to Bitcoin. And he has also invested in related investments in major industry firms like Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy and Bitcoin mining firm Stronghold Digital Mining. Moreover, Bill Miller believes that Bitcoin is an insurance policy against a financial catastrophe, and it is a powerful investment tool that has been outstripping gold. And owing to the fact that Bitcoin is inaccessible to government authorities, he believes that it ensures secure private ownership. And this is why it is one of the best investment vehicles today. So the point is that despite the volatility in prices and frequent price dips, more and more institutional investors have been quick to recognize the crypto industry's potential. And an increasing number of big-ticket names like Bill Miller and Ray Dalio have recently joined the bandwagon after years of resistance. So this is pretty bullish for Bitcoin and the overall market. And now let's come to Dogecoin's current price movements. So we are now seeing that Dogecoin isn't showing any signs of recovery, and it is still trading on the downside. And I think Doge will continue to trade in the red until the situation about the Fed increasing interest rates gets clear after the upcoming Fed meeting. And as I said before, whatever the decision they make, Dogecoin will not get negative effects for the long term. It may show some bearish signals for the short term, but the long-term outlook is still pretty bullish for it. Moreover, we are still seeing some positive updates for Dogecoin even during this recent price slump. For example, we are now seeing that more and more firms and retailers are accepting Dogecoin as a payment method. And just recently, Harbor Custom Development, a Washington-based developer, has announced to start taking crypto as payment for its real estate later this month. The company plans to accept Dogecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Shiba Inu, and others for its listed land, developed lots, residential homes, condominiums, and apartments in the company's operating markets. So this is undoubtedly a massive update for Dogecoin, and it is making it clear that despite the market volatility and price slumps, more and more firms are still interested in accepting Doge and other cryptos. And we can see here that almost 2,000 retail merchants are now accepting Dogecoin as a payment alternative. From brick-and-mortar stores to fintech business, a wide range of businesses are now realizing the worth of Doge as a payment method. And I think this adoption of Dogecoin is going to rise further in 2022 and beyond. This is because we know that Dogecoin has the lowest transaction fee compared with other cryptos in the market. Moreover, we already know that Dogecoin's network transition from proof of work to proof of stake is on the cards, and it is expected to go live this year. And once this happens, its transaction fee will become even lower, and this will compel more and more companies to come to Dogecoin and accept it as a payment alternative. So the point is that despite the market value of Dogecoin, its utility and scalability is going to rise dramatically this year and beyond. And I think this is exactly what Dogecoin and its holders need for Doge to propel higher in terms of price. And besides this, we are now seeing some other positive updates for the overall crypto market. For example, a recent report has revealed that despite the high volatility in prices, more and more young people now prefer getting paid in cryptos like Bitcoin and Dogecoin. And with more young workers spearing into the workforce interested in getting paid in cryptos, more and more businesses are now adopting cryptos in order to attract more labor. So this means that not only individuals are adopting cryptos, major firms are also doing the same. And this is pretty bullish for the market, especially in a time when cryptos are having a rough phase. And another very positive update is that even banks are now getting exposure to cryptos, eventually rising crypto adoption throughout the world. For example, Colombia's biggest bank, Bancolombia, has recently announced that it will soon offer frictionless Bitcoin trading services for its millions of customers in Colombia. So this is a massive development for the crypto market. And the best part is that this development will not only give crypto exposure to millions of users, but will also make it easier for newbies to join the crypto community. So the point is that millions of consumers will be able to participate in crypto trading as a result of the rising crypto adoption by major banks. And this is exactly what the crypto market needs for its continuous growth. And now let's come to Shiba Inu for a minute. So we are now seeing that despite the recent market sell-off, crypto whales are still accumulating Shiba Inu tokens. And according to Whale Stats, the average SHIB balance, which refers to the median quantity of tokens held by the top 100 Shiba Inu whales, has increased by 2.3% during last week. The point is that Shiba Inu remains the toast of Ethereum whales, as it ranks as the biggest token position in dollar value for the top 1,000 Ethereum wallets. And this means that despite its sluggish performance recently, major whales are still bullish about it, and they are eyeing long-term gains from Shiba Inu. And another positive update for Shiba Inu is that its adoption has been rising steadily, and we are now seeing that more and more crypto exchanges are now listing Shiba Inu on their platforms. And just recently, a top Indian crypto exchange, Coinbazar, has announced that it has launched trading of the Shiba Inu on its platform. So the point is that Shiba Inu saw a wave of listings on several exchanges, including Gemini, Kraken, and India's largest exchange, CoinDCX. And this is actually very bullish for SHIB, as we are now going to see more and more investors investing in it. And this will eventually help SHIB to come out of this sluggish price movement in the long term. So we have just seen some very bullish updates and data for the overall crypto market. And this is exactly why I think that we are going to see the end of this consolidation period for cryptos. And I'd like to remind all of you here that Dogecoin's price correlation with Bitcoin is still pretty high. And since we have just seen how things are looking good for Bitcoin over the long term, I think that Dogecoin is also going to perform well. And this is why, despite the recent market sell-off, I'm still bullish about Dogecoin. And as I've been saying to you, there is nothing to be worried about the current price movements for Doge. The long-term outlook for Doge is still bullish, and this is exactly what Dogecoin holders should keep an eye on.